what do you think are some of the ways B2B marketers can ensure that they achieve their content goals while still using AI? Right? To be very specific, uh, how can some of the KPIs that we discussed earlier
Mhm.
be achieved with the help of AI or using AI? What are your thoughts on this?
Right. So my team uses a lot of AI.
Hmm.
As we are a tech company, right? And 95% of the people in my company are engineers, more or less.
Yeah.
In my team as well, people who in my team is a good mix of engineering people and non-engineering people. Engineering
Hmm.
people who chose marketing, and non-engineering people who also chose marketing. So there's a good mix and a good balance of opinions and thought processes there. So what I've noticed is that over time, when ChatGPT first entered, the new kid in town, with its shining features and everything. So it was very interesting because we, as adopters of, it's our habit to adopt new technologies. So we adopted ChatGPT very early, and our founders also pushed for the adoption of ChatGPT and AI very early. Our company started R&D on GeekyAnts, started R&D on AI very very early. So for
Hmm.
us, it became like a habit to adopt
Hmm.
AI and heavily integrate in our work processes.
Hmm.
For example, creation of uh, project briefs, right? A project brief for us took, you sat down, you wrote the objective, you wrote the messaging, you wrote the target audience, etc., etc., right? But that, again, more or less, with the right prompt, you can more or less get it. You don't have to sit
Hmm.
down and spend more time to it, right? So efficiency, like that. So most of the repetitive tasks, the recurring tasks, right, if you automate it through the AI and you spend more time on thinking, then that is where the real content effectiveness comes.
Hmm.
So I have always believed that machines, AI, or technology like AI, is there to take away the recurring, repetitive, the
Yeah.
monotonous part of your activity and leave the human brain more space for creative things,
Right.
which has happened, right? So my team actually, uses AI very frequently in terms of to offload their bandwidth, their monotonous or recurring bandwidth to AI,
Hmm.
while having more time to do creative things. So
Right.
that itself brings into more content effectiveness, more time to think, more time to deliver opinions,
Hmm.
because opinions is what matters. And
Right.
that is where the first use case is. The second use case is a lot like more tools to, if you are getting calls, then you can have like an AI, chat assistant answer it, right?
Right.
Pre-qualification of leads, for example, ant engage, something which GeekyAnts has partnered in developing, right?
Mm-hmm.
antengage.com, something which GeekyAnts has partnered in developing. So those kind of things, AI voice assistant to answer things, creation of new ideas, like I said, like ideation of things. So that effectiveness of content, right? So I recently wrote a LinkedIn post or a blog post. It's slipping my mind,
Hmm.
but I said AI is not the new kid in town anymore. It's got a permanent table at the, at the business table, permanent seat at the business table. So at that moment, you have to acknowledge its presence.
Hmm.
And if you're looking for content effectiveness, you need to think how much of the recurring, repeating tasks can I offload to AI, how much can I
Hmm.
automate,
Hmm.
and with that bandwidth save, how much time can I spend more in thinking, in giving business values. I just returned from this conference called GitX 2024
Yeah.
in Dubai. So from my discussions with business leaders, right, everyone is offloading their repetitive tasks to AI.
Yeah.
Now that's a risk there. If your task does not involve creative thinking, if your task can be replaced by AI in its entirety, you're in big
Hmm.
trouble,
Absolutely. Yeah.
right? That's what happened to a lot of people in the dot com era, right? A lot of tasks which could be replaced entirely by a machine, uh, got, they lost their jobs. Now if you want to stay competitive, if you want to survive the AI age, which I tell a lot of my juniors as well as a lot of people I talk to, um, you need to have an X factor in you. That's much more important at the moment. Your business needs to have an X factor. You have to have an X factor that uh, that the AI does not have, and that in its essence is creative thinking and your personal opinion and thoughts.